Welcome to episode 2. This is Robby's vlog. I am teacher at Uppsala Area Schools, team 4480 UC Botics. Well, we finished off our second week this week working on our electronics, working on some more chassis. We had a few issues with our chassis that was parts being put on the backwards and the wrong ways, but we are now fully settled on that. And we ran into a few programming, not necessarily issues, but we weren't able to get our motor controls to understand the program when we sent it. So the workaround from that we found out is actually we changed the ports that those motor controls were originally set to be in, and we also changed the cables. We found out that some of our cables were bad, so that actually really fixed a lot of our issues. Okay. This week we also received a couple of new parts, new pieces. We got a fair amount of pneumatics that came in. Air pressure, air power, and it was great. The pneumatic systems that we got in are actually going to help a lot this build season with our robot. We also ordered up some extra sim motors. We now have a IP camera that we can use on our robot, as well as a few other just miscellaneous parts pieces. The 3D printer. 3D printer is actually working out fabulous. I love it. We've been printing some gears, testing out ratios, testing out different formats. You have your straight normal gear, and we've been actually playing with the herringbone sequence on gears to see how well, if we gain any traction, if we lose due to slipping, etc. And there's also been just some miscellaneous items that have been made just to test out the capabilities, how fine of a material it can be, how detailed, you could say, the parts can be. And I'm truly impressed. We have 2 more rolls of filament that were ordered and are already in, and it's going to be a wonderful, awesome, and amazing tool that we'll be able to use this year. Next week, for week 3, since today, actually Friday, I'm a day in advance, we had a major milestone in that we've got our robot moving, we've got our programming complete for just driving at this moment, and ultimately, the robot, it moves. We had a hard time last year getting the programming working properly. We ran into a little bit of that again this year, but we found out that our updates were not entirely 100% there, so after we got everything updated, it is now working, and we were able to drive down the hallway, as you'll see here, and back again, and it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. So for next week, we are going to work heavily on our shooter. We need to figure out, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to stick with the kicker route? There's been some more brainstorming. I myself have been thinking of other methods too. Something that might be a little more efficient at sending the ball flying. The pitching machine still stands out in my mind, as well as the possibility of maybe a reverse catapult. Something that'll scoop up the ball on one end and then just flick it out the backside when we are lined up. So we're going to investigate that this week. Try to come up with a couple different solid ideas and then really go gung-ho on it. So lastly, I've got just a few shout-outs, particularly to our sponsors so far this robotics build season. Thank you incredibly for MSP Communications. They were the ones that paid our entrance fee. To Lang Oil, to Elmdale Creamery, Nelson Insurance, and also Uppsala Motors. You guys rock. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. So on that note, I wish you guys a very happy end of semester 1 and a good luck in semester 2. We will be kicking off again on Monday.